Hey there, everyone! Quick little reaction for you because we got our first look at Arcane Season 2. Well, we technically, I don't know, I guess it was a teaser that we had earlier in the year that announced that it was coming out at the end of 2024.
But that was just like the title screen.
It was like the title screen. It was the title screen of a video game with Jinx walking dramatically into the distance. This is a whole 45 seconds of content.
Yeah, I mean, the last time we reacted to a 45-second trailer, we talked about it for like an hour.
Which one was that?
That was the Volume 9 trailer. Yeah, no, I think our reaction ended up being like 45 minutes after I like edited it down. But like, yeah, no, we had like over an hour of recording to sift through for that. And that was 45 seconds max.
Arcane is one of those shows that I'm so happy that at the very least I had the forethought to react to, because so many of them, like Konosuba, when we started reacting to that, by the way, season 3 is coming out soon. We got
season 3. Can't wait for that.
We should probably react to the Megumin show, but I don't know how relevant that's going to be ultimately.
I mean, it's Megumin. How could it not be relevant?
I hear it kind of gets repetitive.
Oh, that's too bad. But, you know, it is Megumin, so...
I'm glad that I had the forethought to be like, hey, Fatman, let's hop in the call and watch this Arcane show that everyone's talking about that gets really hyped. Now, my downside was I just did it way too late. But I still got the blind reaction in before anyone really spoiled anything for me.
Yeah, so, that's the good part. You know, there's so many...
fair, still did it sooner than Calaxon. who is still on. She just released episode 4.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, she probably has so many stacked that she like watched it back when it was relevant and just hasn't gotten around to it.
Possibly. Yeah. It is very interesting watching her and her like predictions about different characters, because she has some League knowledge apparently.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's different.
Like, she was like predicting that Jace was going to end up becoming a villain like almost immediately, and I'm like, that's not really exactly it. Like she was like immediately making snap judgments about everyone involved, and I'm like, that's not really what Arcane is going for. It's kind of a everyone is shitty, everyone's kind of awesome type deal.
Yeah, just being judgmental.
No, that's Judgmental Critter's job.
Yeah, no.
People that are in the RWBY fandom are the only ones. It's a subsection of the RWBY fandom that's going to get these references. Anyway,
it's true.
So we're here. We've got a trailer. I think that's Warwick on the thumbnail, which makes me excited that we're going to get like a resurrected Vander type plot, but I don't know how that's going to work in this setting.
Warwick is the werewolf, right?
Yes.
I know that for other reasons than E621.
I was going to say, like, I know that for other reasons than League knowledge. Like,
whichever one you deem less embarrassing.
All right, well, let's hop right into this. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, starting off with the music box.
Yeah.
Music Man!
Always good.
You're not looking that hot. Actually, you are looking pretty hot. It's just a little too hot. A little on the crispy side, honestly.
Yeah. There's a difference between being hot and being crispy. All right.
Oh, he's giving his blood into the machine.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one way to get a...
Oh, it was a music box.
A music watch.
A music watch, yeah.
All right.
Damn it, that was it?
Come
on. Come on. The thumbnail gave it away.
No. I mean, yeah, okay. It's a first look. What else do you expect?
Something maybe a little bit more. I don't know if I'm going to react to another trailer from this until it comes out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I want to spoil myself on anything more.
Yeah. Or, spoil you on anything more than the thumbnail.
What's interesting to me is that Warwick was hinted at the end of season 1, but now they're just like out in front with it. They're not even trying to obscure it in any way whatsoever. No, they're like front and center. We have Warwick. We have the meat.
We have the meat. Yeah.
That's interesting. I wonder if that was planned from the start to be like, yeah, no, we're going to lead with Warwick in season 2. or if it was that fan reaction of everyone being like, "Oh my god, it's Warwick!"
I could imagine that having a big effect.
I hope we address at some point where Singed is getting all of his shit from. After the events of episode 3, it doesn't seem like Singed is really working in tandem with Silco all that much. So I wonder if he just took his spoils and built shit. Like, I'm looking at the thumbnail here. Where is he?
In the sewers?
He's like in the fucking guts of Hollow Bastion.
Yeah.
He wound up in the trash pile in Lies of P. Not really a sanitary place to do science.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't trust those needles that he's like feeding his blood in through.
Yeah, though to be fair, like at this point, I don't know if he really cares about sanitation. The man has lost half of his body at this rate to like burns. It's like, how much worse could it get? Probably a lot worse, but you know, how much medical science do they know here? So he's mixing his blood in. I'm gonna mute it just so we can, because the music's not really important. Although
it's there to give the creepy ambiance.
Well, I don't think it's just that, because I'm pretty sure he has a daughter. Was that mentioned?
I too once had a daughter.
He mentioned it when he was trying to save Jinx. He mentioned it to Silco, I believe, that he had a daughter or he was a father once. So maybe that's a memento from his child.
I would believe it. But I mean, it is a watch. Like, I mean, that's I don't know. Like, I don't know. A pocket watch seems more like a father-son thing.
I could see that.
Yeah, like,
but Music Box
is more like a
daughter,
father-daughter thing. Yeah,
maybe they're non-binary.
Yeah, it's just a general parent-child transaction.
Oh god, that's actually I coach mock trial for those of you who don't know, and this is the first year that our all-boys school is collaborating with our next-door all-girls school. So we have girls on the team for the first time. And we haven't really adapted, and the language is typically non-gendered, so you can fit whatever student in their role. So they haven't adjusted it. So the attorney for one of his witnesses, when he mentioned the witness's spouse, he called the spouse wife, when his witness was a girl, who I'm pretty sure is straight. But like, she had this moment of like I watched her like sitting where the witnesses sit, and she's like just like blinking, like, wait, what? And I like, we met eyes, and we both had this little like laugh over it silently while he continued his closing. And like later, I was like, congratulations on your lesbian nuptials.
Yeah. Your Honor, my gay defendant.
It was a fun little moment. All right, so let's talk about Singed, because he was like barely in season 1 of Arcane, and yet he is integral to the story. He created Shimmer, and he ultimately is responsible for whatever is happening to
he was in season 1, he was responsible for like that axolotl thing that
Rio.
Yeah.
The mutation must survive. We don't even know what the mutation is. Like, we assumed it was Rio was the mutation, but is he actually talking about like the genetic code or something, or like,
is he
some kind of disease?
Yeah, like, could the mutation have been like something that he infected Rio with, so that like the infection, or like, you know, the like the mutation would survive like in the like the new host, or was it like the axolotl itself?
There's so much about Singed we don't know. I mean, to the point that I don't think he was ever even directly named in the series.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember Singed being name dropped.
I just remember everyone calling him Singed because they, you know.
Yeah, they know from playing League.
And the fact, you know, he kind of got a little toasty.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that's like the whole Scar thing. It's just like, were you called Scar before the
I was named it after a character from Kimba. That would be like an ultimate plot twist. Like, just take the plagiarism allegations by the horns and just have Scar just like, my father Kimba named me. And it's like, what the fuck?
It's the cinematic universe of Africa.
The Africa. Will that include Sean Connery from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? He was buried in Africa.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember the ending of that series where they teased him coming back to life.
The plot thickens.
But yeah, we get nothing on. Basically, they have been very careful to avoid confirming what the fuck happened at the end of season 1.
Yeah, they can't show us any of the characters from the the council meeting.
Yeah, so we still the lives of Jace, Victor, Mel, Caitlyn's mom, Cassandra. That was it, Cassandra, and all the different council members are all completely in the
MILFs. We don't know. We just don't know what happened to them.
So all we know is that Jinx is still at large. I know that someone actually somehow managed to do a deep dive, a minute-long deep dive into that little teaser they gave of her, where basically they extrapolated that Jinx is now going to war with Piltover. That is basically the insinuation of what was happening in that, which, I mean, I think we can all kind of gauge, but honestly, if anyone says they can predict what Jinx is ever going to do,
yeah, you've read the script.
Yeah,
I don't even think the writers knew. They just they wrote like 4 different scenarios and then like just blindly picked one. Like there.
I would have liked it if they like meticulously planned out every single character. But then when they would get to a point involving Jinx, they would just kind of like throw darts at a board and just be like, okay, like she's mentally traumatized, but how does the trauma manifest this time? And darts.
Yeah. No, it's
manifests in gross weeping. Okay, we write that down.
Gross weeping. Borderline incest. There we go.
People still gave us so much shit for that kind of reading.
That's well, I don't know. It's their prerogative to read it as just a wholesome trauma relationship.
There are people out there that read like romance between Silco and Jinx, and it's like I don't
know. I'll take my incest reading over the Silco
the pseudo incest reading.
Yeah. It's even more pseudo-incestuous.
Oh god, do you think I really want them to bring back Silco in some way, shape, or form, but I'm very nervous about it. I would ideally want like a cameo as like a hallucination of Jinx's or a memory or something.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
A one-off of Silco, but I don't want him overexposed. Like, as much as I want more Silco, I really don't want more Silco. I don't want him spoiled in any way.
It would be so easy to ruin it.
Do you think they will have the balls to kill off Jace? I would say Jace and Mel. Though people, like... I thought it was just a stylistic thing, that light up glow across Mel's back. But people raised the point that in Noxus, mages aren't uncommon, so it is possible she actually has some sort of magic protection.
So
it's like that glimmer of gold across her back could have just been stylistic, and that's what I had assumed. But it also could be indicating something.
Yeah, that's God. I don't know if they have if it's a question of balls. I don't know. Like, I don't really, what else is this, these writers done? I know it's like Netflix, but like, do we know like the writers' catalog beyond?
I guess Christian, Linky, and Alexi. Let's try and find them.
Okay.
Been at Riot Games more than 10 years. They put a lot of thought in the current right form.
Oh, so they're like writers, like
They were
from
writers
Riot.
for League. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that doesn't help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's one thing that I admire about the writing of League is that they tell a lot through short stories, collections of short stories. It definitely informed me producing a bunch of short stories that are going to be coming out relatively soon.
Do they compete at all with the TF2 character intros?
I imagine so. I mean, Fortiche, the guys that animated Arcane, started out making all the trailers for League of Legends. So, I mean, they're the ones that did Get Jinxed, and that's like that's like a perfect fucking trailer for a character.
All right. Yeah.
Have you watched any of the trailers?
No, I haven't. I haven't really seen anything like League of Legends related.
They have some amazing trailers. I don't even like League. Like,
yeah.
I love Arcane, and when I heard that apparently Riot is now adapting League lore to conform to Arcane, it made me so happy. Like, I don't have to worry about all this bullshit. I wonder how that is going to affect things. There was some guy that was doing a dive on like how certain things are going to have to like now conform. Like, apparently in the future, Heimerdinger builds a giant robotic dinosaur, like a giant robotic T-Rex that he attacks people with. So people are like wondering how that's going to fit in the shit if it is.
All right. Yeah, you know, that's where it's like you got your video game logic where it's just like, let's have this. And then you're like show logic where it's like, we're in this dark gritty universe where everything has verisimilitude. And it's like you gotta like combine that in a way where, like, I don't know, Arcane did a good job, but like, have you seen Primal?
I have not seen Primal.
Because that's not based on a video game, I don't think. But
yeah, it's completely original. That's just
I think that's just completely. I think that's just
Tarkovsky.
completely Gendy Tartakovsky original. But it has that like energy of like you got like toy dinosaurs and you're just like making them fight. It's like, yeah, it's hard to balance that with like being taken seriously. You know, it's like, can I take it seriously? Can I make it, can I make it work?
The world building of people are actually questioning what changes that might make to Piltover and Zon, or the other way around, what that's changed in lore, because Piltover and Zon used to literally be on one on top of the other. Like it was a vertical distance, but the show introduced the bridge and the river. So people are wondering exactly how that's going to conform to things, like if they're going to like have Piltover literally start building over top of Zon, that sort of thing happening. I find that interesting. I have no idea where they're going to take the first this story, because like they could kill off Jace. Like a lot of fans say that, yeah, no, he's basically Jace from the story now. Like, he's actually completed an arc that makes him resemble the character from the game.
Oh, so he just might be over?
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying that.
Game knowledge spoilers.
Well, a lot of people are saying that about Vi. A lot of people are saying that about maybe Echo. But I don't get the feeling these characters are destined for death. So far, I think they've only killed off original characters. Not counting Vander, but ironically, Vander being killed off leads to them creating, I think, one of the game characters. So it's like I don't know how to rank that exactly. Yeah,
I mean, but Vi wasn't in danger at the end of of the first season, so she isn't
right
one of the characters who's like
Marked
whose number is up.
Most likely scenario is that I think Mel will somehow survive, but she'll be injured. Jace will be heavily injured. And Victor will be super injured, but he will use the Hex Core to save himself and Jace. And Jace will become infuriated by the betrayal that happened. And that'll lead to like a totalitarian state. I think that's kind of what it's leaning towards. I think they'll survive, but I don't know. It's God, there's so much we just don't know at this rate.
Yeah, especially based on 45 seconds of
literally nothing involving any of those characters.
Of nothing involving any of those characters, yeah. Like, and also, like, at least zero game knowledge on my part. You know, I don't know how... I mean, you've apparently seen the trailers for characters, but
I
haven't
seen some
even
things
seen
like
that.
I remember seeing... Somehow I saw the Warwick trailer before watching Arcane, and then someone connected the dots for me. I've seen... Oh, there's like a Slenderman, Pumpkinhead-esque motherfucker. I'm trying to remember what his name is, but he's creepy as fuck. That people say that he could potentially show up, and that'd be really creepy. I'm reading a fanfic right now that's basically a sequel to Arcane that did a year time skip, which is I'm curious whether or not they'll do a time skip of, if anything, for season 2, which might be smart. Because season 1, honestly, the biggest issue I had with season 1 was its pacing of time was really weird. Because you had the Jace timeline, which was allegedly over the span of weeks. And then you had the...
I didn't
the Vi...
pick up on that.
There's literally a line where he's like...
We've been talking about talking for weeks now.
When I'm like, wait a minute... For Vi and Caitlyn, it's only been like at most 3 days.
Oh, geez.
It's like it's such a damage to the entire first season for me. Like it doesn't like the rest of the season is fucking perfect. It's that one fucking line that makes me confused.
That just throws a wrench into the whole situation.
Admittedly, if you didn't have that line, then Jace's ascent to power and descent into corruption would feel incredibly rushed. So they basically managed to pace out Jace's descent into corruption. But at the consequence of misaligning
the whole rest of the story.
The two storylines that are happening simultaneously.
Hope it was worth it, guys. I hope it was worth it.
I mean, it was. It took a while for people to pick up. No one else has pointed this out other than me.
Jeez.
I've tempted to do a whole little video on just being like, wait a minute, what the fuck's happening
What
here?
happened? What happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
And we can use that now because he's public domain.
Oh,
I joke. I joke. That particular animation is not public domain. That won't be public domain until after I'm dead.
I mean, yeah, like, depends on what Disney has to say about that.
Yeah. I mean, they've already failed. They've like at this point, what are they going to try and do? Try and just keep everything else they have? I think they've already they've pushed the level as far as they can with that.
Yeah. I don't think, yeah, they can't really get everybody knows that copyright is a bunch of bullshit now. Like, I think like back in the day when they were pushing like extending copyright, there wasn't really like a creator economy that got like screwed over by like bogus copyright stuff.
Yeah.
So they could get away with that.
All right. Well, that was our reaction to Arcane Season 2 First Look, a 45-second trailer that somehow we managed to talk about for about 20 minutes.
For 20 minutes. Genius.
Admittedly, like, 15 of that wasn't even really about the trailer.
Doesn't have to be. It doesn't. I mean, it's all relevant. We've got to, you know, what are we going to do? Talk about, like, the connections on the tubes and how they got, like, Allen wrench keys, you know?
Allen wrenches confirmed in the Arcane universe.
Confirmed, yeah. Hex bolts.
Oh God! Don't remind me of Allen wrenches. I just fixing that fucking bed frame.
Don't remind you of Allen wrenches? Yeah, okay. I'll keep that shit to myself.
No. There was a man named Allen Wrench. He killed one from my family. My arch nemesis, Allen Wrench.
Allen Wrench.
All right, thank you all so much for joining us for this. Hopefully when Arcane Season 2 comes out, we can react to it And it'll be freaking awesome, and it won't line up with whatever RWBY volume I'm working on at that time, so I don't die in the editing booth.
Yeah,
I would like to
hopefully
enjoy my Decembers at some point.
You know, one of these days you'll have an enjoyable December. Yeah. And this time I won't. You know, hopefully this time we can get like Dashi in on it for like the first time through, so like we can all be blind at the same time.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
And this time, hopefully, people understand that we laugh at inappropriate times.
No, that'll never happen. I wouldn't even want them to, you know. Gotta drive up that engagement with everybody being like, why are you laughing? It's a serious moment. No.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you all on the flip side.
Hey.